The role of music in a video game is even really more important than the role that it has in film or television, because you're trying to score the heartbeat of the player, the level of anxiety of the player, just as much as you're trying to score the dramatic situation that's happening in the game.
John Garvin, the director, and the developers at Sony Bend, they always give us the freedom to sort of take chances and try something that we haven't tried before. And right from the start, we've had a really great rapport on this project between John and our composer, Gary Scheinman.
They really wanted me to approach the score from a very serious musical standpoint. There were no compromises, or we weren't trying to play down in any way.
He had the ability to write in a really dark and nightmarish style that is perfect for Resistance.
For a while, we were calling him Scary Gary because we really didn't feel like there was anything that was out of bounds in terms of darkness or exploring the fear, the kind of intensity that one would feel in this environment.
Video games are one of the most creative places for a composer to be right now. The technology is changing. You're using samples and even synths, creating an orchestral sort of palette of sounds. And over that, we're adding live players, especially brass, bringing emotion and bringing intensity that the samples just can't, create. The term is hybrid orchestration. There is just something human, something really amazing when you have a really fantastic group of musicians. Well, the guys from Sony are in the booth, and they're very helpful. They know music, they know this score intimately. They are all musicians. They have been doing this over and over and over again, and they've found techniques and the shortcuts and ways to make the music and use it in the most effective way.
We pride ourselves at Sony on the musical style and musical production itself to create great music. But on the other side, working really hard to integrate that music successfully into the game.
Because we have a full music production group, our music group, we tend to do all our own mixing and recording and editing as much as possible in-house. Once a cue has been approved, then we'll have them print out individual stems of the instruments. And that way, from one cue, we can spawn 4 actual unique pieces of music based on one.
To us, the PSP is exciting because it's even sort of a more personal experience. On the PSP, a lot of players play with the headphones in, so we've got this direct line right into their head with our music.
We're hoping that people have a reaction that they feel frightened, they feel moved, they feel a bit awe-inspired.
I really was just given a lot of freedom. From a creative standpoint, I've been asked to write some of the coolest music ever. Building the adrenaline and creating a sense of urgency and fear.
When you're playing a game that he's scored, he can really take you places that just, the images alone can't do, just can't do.